Hey guys, Abby here. Today's video is another one of my educational fetish kinks lifestyle videos from my new channel, Fet Talk with Abby. Be sure to check it out and don't forget to subscribe. I will put the link in the description below and I hope you enjoy. Hey everyone, welcome to Fet Talk. I am your host, Abby Haute. We are here again with another fun subject. I enjoy talking with you all and exploring all these different topics, fetishes, kinks with you all. It's nice to be around like-minded people who can be open-minded and not judge, such as myself. But anyway, today we are talking about pegging. This is a very interesting topic. Have any of you guys ever engaged in this? I personally have not. I'm not sure if I would or not. With hubby, he's never expressed an interest in it, so I don't know. It's not something of interest to me anyway. If he asked for it, I would probably, with a little more education on the subject, be willing to explore with him. But we've yet to cross that bridge. So anyway, today we're talking about pegging. You can hear lots of stories about it on my YouTube channel. You can look me up under Abby Haute there, or at Fet Talk is the handle there on YouTube. We have a couple that started out in the smoking fetish, and as their story has progressed, they've explored and entered a lot of different fetishes. More recently with her pegging him, so be sure to head over and check that out. Their names are, it's The Adventures, the playlist is The Adventures of Pam and Bruce. So you can check that out there if you're interested in that. But today we are back on track here with pegging. So what exactly is pegging? Pegging initially was defined as a cisgender woman who dons a strap-on to anally penetrate her cisgender male partner, as it has evolved to be more inclusive than that. The defining feature here is that there is a strap-on in anal sex, not so much the gender assigned to it, really. But so now that we know the definition of pegging, why do people enjoy it, and how do we go about engaging it in it? Why people find it physically, mentally, and emotionally hot to engage in this. A lot of times physically it feels good for the receiver. For those with penises, they have a nerve dense prostate, also known as the P spot, that is accessed through the anal penetration and can even unlock a very intense prostate orgasm, which I found interesting. Didn't know about this. This was a new one on me. The anal entrance and canal has many nerves at the head, and there's around 4,000 of them. Holy cow, that's a lot. Anyway, so no wonder it's such a hypersensitive area. You know, for the giver, the dildo can be base part can be pleasurable, as well as it would press up against the pubic mound or clitoris. Not to mention, rocking against your partner can feel like dry humping, and as many of us know, that's how most of us experienced our first ever orgasm. Pegging switches up the roles in heterosexual pairings, um, where only one partner is the penetrator and the other is the penetratee, so to speak, I guess. I don't know if that's a word, but anyway. So, and in that instance, the switching the roles can be psychologically and emotionally arousing for both partners. Um, Pegging is often used in BDSM as a way to exert power over the other. Of course, it doesn't always necessarily have to be the submissive that is on the receiving end of the pegging. It can be the dominant too. Just all depends on what your dynamic is there with BDSM. Um, I would imagine more often than not it would be the dominant being the giver, but you never know. That's the thing with all these fetishes. The dynamics are so different, and there are so many little nuances to all these things. So yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to make it one strict definition, I guess you'd say. It's very, because yeah, something you do could fall under one category, but it kind of might fall a little bit under another umbrella too. So I guess it's what you make it, and subject to you as to what you want to call it. But anyway, I digress. So now that you've decided that you want to do this, how do you bring it up to your partner? Because you can't just show up with a strap on and pull it out in the middle of intercourse. You're probably not going to get a good response that way. So you're definitely going to want to approach the subject outside of the bedroom, maybe. Or maybe if you're cuddling after a fun tango, ask if they've ever thought about it or briefly mention that you read an article about it, just to kind of put the feelers out there and see what kind of a response you get, and if this is something that is interesting to your partner and something that they may be interested in engaging in. Ask them, have you ever thought about exploring the pleasure potential of your prostate? Because a lot of men are going to be like, you want to put what, where? So, you kind of got to stroke their ego a little bit, I guess you'd say. Come locked and loaded, ladies, with your information. Let them know that they can have one of the most intense orgasms they've ever had with having their prostate stimulated in that way. And if this something is something that you really want, guys too, explain to your spouse, your partner, that this is something you'd like and something you would like to experience, and you want to share this special experience with them. They're going to be more receptive to it if you approach it that way than just pulling some dildo and strap on out and saying, hey, put this on. So anyway, I digress. So when you're ready to explore this, now that you've talked about it, there are so many different options out there, so many different dildos and so many different harnesses. You can purchase them as a set, you can purchase them separately. There are different styles of harnesses, there are different size dildos, so lots of options to take into consideration. So I would recommend um, talking that over with your partner, or doing the shopping together would be even better. Um, I definitely think that if this is a new area to be penetrated, you're definitely going to want to start small and ease your way into something bigger. Otherwise, it's going to not be pleasurable at all, and the potential for pleasure is just out the window. It's gone. So, um, once you've gotten this, you've got your gear, you're ready to go. Now, what do you do? Well, have another conversation to start off with. Um, Definitely discuss what your goal is for this. You know, the first time might just be a goal of getting used to the sensation and the rhythm and things of that nature, and not so much going for that P orgasm right out the gate, because it may not happen. This is going to be new, and you're going to be more focused on what the heck is going on than, you know, the pleasure of it all. So discuss what what your end game is for this time, what you want out of it, what, as you go along, you can discuss a little further. Next time, why don't we do this? Why don't we take it a little further? Why don't we do this? Is a good way to go, so that everyone's getting maximum pleasure out of it. So when you make your purchase, I will say this. You want to make sure that it's a medical grade silicone, which you can completely clean after using. Choose a gel-like water-based lube, as silicone-based lubes aren't compatible with silicone toys. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you get the right type of lube and lots of it. You definitely don't want to go in there dry. That's just all kinds of not good. Anyway, other accessories that can be purchased to add to the stimulation and sensation could be a wearable vaginal vibrator, or a bullet vibrator, or a vibrating C-ring, to give it that little extra edge. Don't forget also, when you're talking, safe words. I always stress the importance of safe words. You definitely want to discuss that ahead of time, so that way you know that you are all comfortable, and if action needs to stop, you know what the safe word is and how to use it. And when you get ready to engage in this, don't go from 0 to 100. You're not going to want to go from 0 to butt sex. You, of course, want to engage in your, your foreplay, your kissing, your fondling, your touching, oral gratification, and then once you're ready to penetrate, definitely get that lube out. You're going to want to massage the ring of muscles around the anus a little bit to relax those. Make circular motion, take your a well-lubed finger, penetrate, make circle motions inside, slowly thrust in and out of the anus. This may And if you make a come hither motion like this on the inside against the prostate, that's about 2 inches inside the anus along the front wall. That can be very pleasurable to give a prostate massage. And once you're ready, then go ahead and penetrate with the dildo. You are going to want to make sure the shaft of the dildo, as well as the receiver's anus, is well lubed until they're really slick. If you have a lube applicator to lube up the walls of the anal canal, even better. Definitely you're going to want to go slow, allowing the receiver a time to accept and adjust at their own pace. Once they've adjusted, you can thrust and make circular motions, whatever you want to do. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. You know, what about aftercare? Aftercare is important. I think that goes for any sort of kink, fetish, sexual play. You know, this should be like a non-negotiable, especially if you're trying something new. Sex in general puts you in a very vulnerable situation. You are 100% open to this person, you know, and if you're doing pegging, even more so, because that's not a space that's like an open, welcomed space. That is something very personal. So you're definitely going to want to do that, because it can be physically and emotionally intense for both parties, especially the receiver, who is usually the penetrator. That whole role reversal thing may have a different effect, and they may be feeling some things afterwards, so you're definitely going to want to talk to them about that. Not to mention, many men don't ever have anything in that area, or haven't had anything in that area. So it is a totally new experience for them, which may bring out some unpredicted emotions from them for sure. Although these new emotions aren't being felt just by the receiver, they can be from the giver too, because they're exploring being more dominant for the first time. So that's something to consider too. It's very important, I think, to support each other afterwards, see how the other one is feeling, share each other's thoughts. It can also be just a matter of cuddling, grabbing a water, or telling them how much they mean to them, how much they mean to them and love them. As far as soreness, what about soreness? Hoping with lots of lube and no limits were pushed past. There are anal suppositories out there that can help heal anal fissures. Something else to remember, STIs are always a possibility, sexually transmitted infections. If there's a concern with this, use a condom over the dildo, and avoid using oil-based lube if using a latex condom. If multiple partners are getting pegged, switch condoms after each partner. Buy a dildo that is made of non-porous material and wash the harness after each use. You know, lower the risk of pain and micro tears by following the golden rule of anal slick, slow, and communicative. Um, you know, if the receiver experiences bleeding, persistent pain, sore, lumps, bumps, or discharge, definitely going to want to consult a healthcare professional. There could be some things gone horribly wrong there. Um, you know, bottom line, when it comes to pegging, it may not be for everyone, and that's okay. Um, it may be just something that you've never heard of or never thought about exploring. Something as simple as that. There are plenty of other ways to give your partner pleasure and to give and receive that pleasure as well. So don't worry. Um, Remember your bottom rules and, have fun with it. I hope that you found this educational. I was very enlightened by this and learned quite a few new things. Um, that is all I have for you today. I will leave you with this. When it comes to fetishes, we all have our thing. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.